Good morning students, welcome to social science class again. In today's class, you're going to learn a very interesting topic from history, ancient civilizations of India. In this chapter, you're going to learn ancient civilizations of India, Indus Valley civilization and the Vedic age, special features of the cities, town planning, lifestyle during Harappa civilization, the development of Vedas, types of Vedas and Vedic period. In today's class, you are going to learn only about Indus Valley civilization, which is also called Harappan civilization. Before I go to detailed study of Indus Valley civilization, let me tell the meaning of civilization. What is civilization? Civilization is defined as an advanced stage of human cultural development. It implies the use of superior technology and complex economic relationships. Once again, I'll repeat, civilization is defined as an advanced stage of human cultural development. It implies the use of superior technology and complex economic relationships. The earliest civilizations came up in Mesopotamia, Egypt, the Indus Valley and China. They all came up in River Valley, hence all these are called River Valley civilizations. Children, let us go the detailed study of Indus Valley civilization. Indus Valley civilization, which is also called the Harappan civilization, belongs to Bronze Age. The ancient sites of Harappa were discovered by the engineers when the railway lines were being laid 150 years ago in the Sindhu region of Punjab. Under Lord Curzon in 1901, Sir John Marshall was the Director General of the Archaeological Survey of India, who revealed the Harappan civilization around the city of Harappa. Indus Valley civilization, as I told you, also called Harappan civilization, the earliest known urban culture of the Indian subcontinent. The civilization was first identified in 1921 at Harappa in the Punjab region and then in 1922 at Mohenjo-Daro near Indus River in Sindh region. Both sites are in present-day Pakistan in Punjab and Sindh provinces respectively. In 1921, Dayaram Sahani discovered Harappan site, and in 1922 R.D. Banerjee discovered the site of Mohenjo-Daro by excavating a mound. Mohenjo-Daro, hence it is called the Mound of Death. Indus Valley civilization period is considered as 2500 years BCE to 1750 BCE. Here in this map you can see the river Indus, and then right side you can also see the few important sites which belongs to Indus Valley civilization. The one is Harappa, Mohenjo-Daro, Dholuvera, Lothal, Kalibangan, etc. Once again, let us see where are these places. Harappa is in Punjab, present Pakistan. Mohenjo-Daro in Sindh region. This also is there in present Pakistan region. Rangpur in Gujarat, Lothal in Gujarat, and Rupar in Haryana. These are the important sites. Apart from this, we have discovered more than 1500 sites related to Harappa civilization. Let us come back to the important fact of Harappa civilization. Features of Harappa civilization. The Harappan civilization had well-planned cities made of brick and stone. The city was divided into two parts. The western part is narrow and an elevated place, and it was called citadel. The city's rulers might have lived here. The rest of the people lived and worked in the lower part of the city, and it was called lower town. Town planning was an important feature of Indus Valley civilization. Here in the picture you can see that this is a picture of city. Left side you can see the citadel, and the middle picture says that remaining of the city, and right side it shows that they were constructing buildings out of burnt bricks. Let us come to very interesting fact of Indus Valley civilization, which was advanced urbanization system, that is town planning. Town planning was a hallmark of Harappan civilization. Town planning is a unique feature of Indus Valley civilization. Their town planning proves that they lived a highly civilized and developed life. Indus people were the first to build planned cities with scientific drainage system, and town planning was amazing in nature. How was town divided? The lower town in the low-lying area of the city was place of habitation of the people. It was constructed in a very methodological manner. Systematically laid out houses, roads and drains can be seen here. Almost every person lived in either one or two-storied house. The houses were built of burnt bricks and had strong walls. There were rooms all around the courtyard inside. The main door faced the street. None of the windows opened on the street. There were bathrooms in the houses. Some houses had wells which supplied water. Let us come to street. The streets were straight and each other at rectangle angles. They were 13 to 34 feet wide and were well lined. The streets and roads divided the city into rectangular blocks. Let us come back to drainage system. One of the most remarkable features of Indus Valley civilization is that city was provided with an excellent closed drainage system. Each house had its own drainage and soak pit which was connected to the public drainage. Brick-laid channels flowed through every street. Manholes were created in the drains to enable timely cleaning of them. So what all the things you see today, it was there in Indus Valley civilization, hence it is called urbanized civilization. No other civilizations had such good planning of cities. Let us move to the next one. The Great Bath of Mohenjo-Daro. This is one more important feature of Harappan civilization. The most striking feature in Mohenjo-Daro is the Great Bath. It consists of a large quadrangle. In the center, there is a huge swimming pool with the remains of galleries and rooms on all four sides. It has a flight of steps at either end and is fed by a well situated in one of the adjoining rooms. The water was discharged by a huge drain with corbelled roof more than 6 feet in depth. This solid construction has successfully withstood the natural calamities for 5,000 years. Fire altars have been discovered in other cities like Kalibangan and Lothal, Mohenjo-Daro, Harappa, And we can also find systematic granaries. Before I could explain what are the granaries, do you know children, in this great bath, people used to take bath during special occasions. It is believed that only very important people used to take bath in this great bath of Mohenjo-Daro. Don't you think it is interesting? Agriculture, that means social life. Let us come back to social life of Indus Valley civilization. The people of Harappan culture had dependent on agriculture and trade. Wheat, barley, pulses and mustard were their main crops. Animals were domesticated. Which kind of animals they used to domesticate means sheep, goats, cow, bull, pigs, etc. And not only that, they are also engaged in cattle rearing, sheep rearing and poultry. Oxen were used to carry heavy loads. And the layout of town reveals the existence of administrative class. The people of this place may have used expensive metals like gems and jewelry. Gold and silver were also known to them. Metal products were produced including those with copper and bronze, etc. People were expert in bead making skills. Let us come to trade and commerce. The Harappan carried on considerable trade in stone, metal, shell, etc. Metal money was not in use. Trade was carried by barter system. Children, do you remember what is the meaning of barter system? Exchanging goods for goods is called barter system. Indus Valley people also used barter system. Balochistan, Saurashtra, the Deccan were the important business centers. They practiced navigation on the coast of the Arabian Sea. Sails were extensively used during trading of goods. Mohenjo-Daro, Harappa and Lothal had constructed systematic granaries. Granaries, do you know the meaning of granaries? That is storehouse. In Harappa, there are a series of brick platforms which form the base for 2 rows of 6 granaries each. These granaries safely store the grains which were probably collected as a revenue or storehouses to be used in emergency. Huge granaries you can find in the sites of Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro. These granaries were used to store the grains. They had trade relations with Mesopotamia civilization people. We have got too many seals related to Indus Valley people in Mesopotamia sites. What type of art and craft Indus Valley people had? That is also a very interesting fact. They were also very much skilled children. The Harappan civilization belongs to the Bronze Age. Bronze-smiths manufactured images, utensils, tools, weapons such as saw, knife and spears. Bricklaying was an important craft at the time. The potter's wheel was in full use and they had their own characteristic pottery which was glossy and shining. Can you see the images which belongs to Indus Valley people's artistic skills? You can see the bronze image, the dancing doll. This reveals that even they had knowledge of music and dance, and this is the finest example for their artistic skill. Seals of Indus Valley civilization. The best known artifacts of Indus Valley civilization are a number of small seals which is made of soft stone. Seals had variety of animal picture like elephants, tiger, rhinos, etc. Seals were the greatest artistic creation of people. The majority of the seals have an animal engraved on them with a short inscription. Unicorn is the animal most commonly represented on the seals. Seals were extensively used during the trade of goods. We have got many seals which belong to Indus Valley civilization in India and Pakistan region and also in Mesopotamia. As earlier I just told you, it reveals that they had trade contacts with Mesopotamia people and trade were carried through seals. Religion. The Indus Valley people believed in polytheism. Polytheism means worshipping multiple god, but they were believed in Hinduism itself. They worshipped trees and animals. That says that they were the nature worshippers. The most important was one-horned unicorn and humped bull. They worshipped Lord Shiva in the form of Pashupati and Linga. Even this picture also available on the seals. Right side you can see that it just shows that the picture of Shiva itself, Lord Pashupati. Many animals are surrounded him, that's why he is called Pashupati. After all this, after the learning glory of Indus Valley civilization, you may get suspicion that how did this beautiful civilization decline? There are too many causes for decline of civilization. Scholars have put forward a number of theories to explain the decline and the final collapse of the Indus Valley civilization. Some of these theories highlight the natural causes, whereas others remain human causes for the decline. Let us know what are the real causes for the decline of civilization. There are three most relevant theories to say that how did the Indus Valley civilization decline. The one is it may be due to the invasion of Aryans who moved from Central Asia to India. And then ecological disturbances like low rainfall, floods, otherwise change in the course of rivers might be the reason for decline of Indus Valley civilization. The last reason they'll give, natural disasters like earthquake may be the reason for the decline of civilization. These are the three important theories related to the causes for the decline of civilization. Once again I'll repeat. Invasion by conquering like the Aryans, ecological disturbances like low rainfall, floods, change in the course of river, or natural disasters like earthquakes. These are the three important theories related to the decline of Indus Valley civilization. Children, did you understand? And don't you think it is an interesting lesson? If you want more information, you can also refer the books and you can learn more about Indus Valley civilization. Before I conclude the lesson, let us recall what we have learned today. You have learned Indus Valley civilization is also called Harappa civilization, and important sites are Harappa, Mohenjo-Daro, Rupar, Lothal and Rangpur. And city was divided into two parts. The western part is narrow and an elevated place and it was called citadel. The city's rulers might have lived there. The rest of the people lived and worked in the lower part of the town. It was called lower town. And what were the crops grown by them means wheat, barley, pulses, mustard and cotton. And you have understood why it is unique town planning system, because town planning was the hallmark of Harappan culture. The cities were neatly arranged in rectangle and square, systematically laid out houses. They used burnt bricks, that too with a uniform size, and then the roads were straight and formed grids. Harappan cities were clean and had good drainage system. In almost all cities, a very big or small houses had its own courtyard and bathroom. And the Great Bath of Mohenjo-Daro is one more example for their building skills. The water was supplied to water tank by well. The bath tank has steps on either sides to go down and had rooms all around. The people used to take bath in this pool on the special occasions. And then you also understood the causes for decline of civilization. This is invasion by conquerors like Aryans, ecological disturbances like low rainfall, floods, change in the course of the river, and natural disasters like earthquake. These are the causes for the decline of Indus Valley civilization. Children, I hope you have understood the lesson and try to answer, try to complete this assignment, children. You have to write a short paragraph on these topics. Write a short note on given topics: the Great Bath, seals of Indus Valley civilization, trade and commerce of Indus Valley civilization. Children, let me conclude this session here, and in next classes we are going to come with a very interesting topics, and till that, take care. And if you have any queries related to the lesson, please put your queries in the WhatsApp group. Have a nice time. Take care. Thank you.